Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. This is part 3 of chapter 7 and we are continuing on. We ended yesterday where we were talking about what we could take away from all those Psalms we read yesterday. Can we unearth any truth or action plans? And yes, we can. First one, know whose words provide protection. And psst, it isn't yours. In the New Living Translation, the first verse of Psalm chapter 31 reads, "O Lord, I have come to you for protection. Don't let me be disgraced." I love that right out of the chute, David runs to God rather than rushing to his own defense. He declares that God is the one who provides protection. This, I admit, is not my first inclination when I'm on the receiving end of gossip. When I know that someone thinks something about me that is not true, the first thing I want to do is start talking to anyone who will listen in order to protect my reputation. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze, guys. Excuse me. But protecting my reputation is not my job. It's God's. My job is to watch my words in the first place. My job is to run to God for protection rather than try to protect my fragile image. My mentor in high school and college, the woman who first helped me discover a relationship with God, used to tell me that all I needed to do at times like this was to be quiet and pray, to let the Lord fight for me while I rested in Him. She quoted these words from the Old Testament: "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." The best way I have learned over the years to be still is to dive into the pages of my Bible. Immersing myself in God's Word provides protection. It snaps my heart back to attention and helps me to run to Him for rescue rather than try to fix things on my own. Psalm chapter 31 demonstrates that King David knew his truth. Number 2, know where to go to get your happy. We have all kinds of wrong ideas about happiness. We think happiness is found in financial success. Yep, a big and beautiful house that looks like it would be featured on HGTV, a fancy new car, designer handbags swinging from our shoulders, a nice shiny rock on our finger from our man. Stuff. That's it. Stuff will make us happy. And how about status? Having a fabulous job, one that is viewed as important or powerful. Maybe that's the key. To hold a position that is thought of as significant. Maybe status is our one-way ticket to the land of bliss. However, neither stuff nor status holds the key to our happiness. The key is in our stance before God. David states, "I will be glad and rejoice in your unfailing love, for you have seen my troubles, and you care about the anguish of my soul." David realized that his joy could only come from his relationship with God, from knowing that he was utterly and fully loved, loved with a love that would never fail, never, ever. Even when his enemies were pressing hard on every side, tossing out accusations and hurling hateful words, David could still strike a vein of joy, even when he focused on God. Number 3, realize the world is watching and learning. After declaring how great God's goodness is and how He has stored up blessings for those who honor Him, David continues, "You have done so much for those who come to you for protection, blessing them before the watching world. Yes, the world is watching how we respond. Are we going to retaliate when others are talking about us? Are we going to put our hope in our own damage control? Or will we allow those who are watching to see us stand still and put our trust in God? God rescues us and provides protection. And our willingness to trust God when we are on the receiving end of gossip can help a watching world to trust God as well. As we do our part to fix our focus on God and place ourselves in His care, we affirm that His power and protection are real. How to stop gossiping. Okay, so perhaps we've gotten some direction about how to respond when we are victims of gossip. But what can we do to make sure we are not the ones who are doing the gossiping? I've tried all kinds of things to try to keep myself from talking about others when I shouldn't. Sometimes my methods worked. Other times I just kept yakking. And when gossiping with others, I mistakenly felt secure in thinking that the person I was talking about, or the person I was talking to, would not tell the little morsels to the person being gossiped about. Boy, was I wrong. In fact, I can say with almost absolute certainty that if a person is willing to listen to gossip, they are also willing to spread it, or to betray your confidence, or even to turn traitor and gossip about you. An old Irish proverb claims, "He who gossips with you will gossip about you." It's true. I decided to try something else. When I was newly married, a little gossip grid was going around. Posting this convicting checklist near your phone was supposed to keep your tongue tied when it wanted to wag. It goes like this. When considering whether to chatter about something, ask yourself first, is it kind? Is it true? Is it necessary? So I scratched that little 3-part golden rule of gossip out on a note card and prominently posted it in our tiny 1-bedroom apartment where I was sure to see it daily. It worked for a little while. But then my mind engaged in a pretzel-bending round of mental gymnastics. Somehow, I could justify that what I was saying was true. And it was necessary that I told it to the person on the other end of the phone. And being truthful is certainly kind, right? The little note card soon came down because it didn't help me keep my big mouth shut. It was then that I turned to the same place David turned, God's Word. From this How to Live Life manual, we can unearth treasures that will help us to break the grip of gossip. And tomorrow, we will get into the 3 practices that have worked in keeping yourself from gossiping. Hope you've all enjoyed your day today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.